In this video, I'll provide a comprehensive look at everything you could possibly need to know that has been released on bases in Dead Matter, how to claim them, and what you can do with them once you have claimed them. So let's get into it. Just before I go into the base building and base mechanics, I have a really important message at the end of the video, so please stick around to hear it. If you get bored of the video, then please just skip to the end if you like the channel, because it's really important. So, bases. First of all, you need to claim your base. Solo players cannot claim a base in Dead Matter. However, this only means they cannot claim buildings. You can find out about some of their other options, such as camping, in my video on the ultimate solo build for Dead Matter. So first things first, you invite a friend to come online with you, or else you find another friendly survivor within the Dead Matter server that you decide to team up with. You're now ready to claim a base. Nearly all buildings in Dead Matter will be claimable, aside from a few such as tunnels, mines, and endgame bunkers. Different buildings will provide different pros and cons. Diners and restaurants will come with a supply of food within them, as well as a kitchen in the back to make food and survival easier on the team, whilst police precincts will come with more weaponry and defensive features. However, both of these will be in very populated areas and will be subject to attack from other players and zombies alike. You could instead decide to go for an out-of-the-way house or cabin in the woods for less attacks, at the expense of more work to gather resources and supplies. If you do decide to claim a building that is out of the way, you're also going to have to consider transport, including supplies like spare tyres and fuel. Once a base is claimed, you'll be able to interact with the inside, such as furniture and curtains, as well as adding defensive features. This includes newspaper on the windows, wooden and metal barricades you can place as makeshift perimeter on the base, or place on the windows, as well as chains and bars you can add to the door as a last line of defence. It is absolutely vital that you make sure you have the best defence possible, as if zombies or other players are able to breach your defences and enter the base, it is no longer claimed by you. They can loot or destroy as much as they want, and you cannot claim the base again until you have removed them from the area. Once you have claimed a base, all the furniture within is interactable. You can decide to keep the furniture where it is for aesthetic reasons, place it around the house as a form of makeshift barricades if anyone does end up breaching your defences, or you can even break it down and repurpose the materials. I personally think this will be a good strategy if you do not expect your base to stay for long. You can claim it, break down all the wooden and metal furniture, and use those materials to set up some barricades ASAP. Not only will this help you defend against hordes of the undead and enemy players, but it could even deter some enemy players altogether, as it might not be worth the hassle to break down the barricades, or else they might not have the equipment to do it. While it will make your base less nice to look at, it could be an invaluable move in the long term. Once your base is claimed, you can also link it up to power. Although the developers have touched on this a few times, there has not been a comprehensive understanding of exactly how power will work within the game, but this is my understanding from the various devlogs and updates. There will be at least one, if not multiple power stations on the map. These will contain lots of undead, loot and puzzles, as well as a working power supply. Once a group of players have fought past the undead and solved the puzzles, they can turn on the power for a specific section of the map, making these power supplying buildings contentious areas, as different groups of players want their own area of the map linked up to power. As well as this, it is likely that players who are not connected to the power grid will have another, more costly means of producing power, such as generators. Again, bear in mind that while this has been hinted at, it is merely my own interpretation of what the developers have said on the subject. Once your base is linked up to the power source, however, this will provide many advantages. For one thing, your base will now have lighting, heating and energy. This will have several effects. For one, you will have an advantage on attackers who are attacking under cover of night, as you will have a greater view of the battlefield than they will. For another, you will not have to worry as much about the cold in the winter season of the game, saving you valuable time and resources. As well as this, if your base has a kitchen, then you will be able to cook and refrigerate food there, providing you with greater perk bonuses as a result of high quality food, and meaning you won't have to go out and hunt as often. If your building has a fire alarm, then you will also be able to trigger that. You can find out why this feature is so important in my video 5 dead matter features no one's talking about. I personally predict that power will also have an effect on the defensive capabilities in the future, such as electric fences or electrified traps around the base, although this is purely speculation on my part and has not been confirmed by developers. And remember, bear in mind that not all buildings are created equal. You have to carefully consider the playstyle you're going for, as well as the size of your squad when claiming a base. A 3-man squad and a 10-man squad will have very different experiences if they both claimed a log cabin or they both claimed a large warehouse. Now for my important message. I started my online blog 5 months ago and I started this YouTube channel 1 month ago. I've absolutely loved producing daily content about video games, and this is what I'm passionate about and will always be passionate about. However, the lockdown of a certain virus is coming to an end. I'm going back to working 2 jobs, and in the process I'm moving into my own apartment. This is an extremely expensive and time-consuming process, and it's going to take everything I have to do it and maintain the YouTube channel and the blog, although I'm going to try. However, I have added a merchandise page to the blog for anyone that wants to support me in what's probably going to be the most challenging chapter of my life so far. There are a few different items on there with a design that I personally think is not too tacky and is actually, dare I say it, pretty cool. If you don't want to buy any of it, that's fine too. I'll continue to try and upload daily content either way. Have an amazing day and thanks for watching the video, guys.